What's going on out there, YouTube land and also social media lands? Welcome to an all-new video. In this video, we're going to be talking about a new horror film that came out a couple weeks ago. And it's an A24 film that is a horror comedy film. Let's get right into that. Before we do that, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss this video or any other videos I put up. As always, people, if you enjoy my content here on YouTube, definitely check out my other social media platforms such as Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all those great places. I'm usually on there. I usually post on a pretty regular basis, so definitely check those out. As always, people, let's get right into this. Welcome one and all to an all-new video. So like I was saying before, we're going to be doing a movie review of an A24 film that got released at the beginning of last month and is considered a horror comedy film. And that happens to be the film known as Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Yeah! Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Yeah! So this is A24's newest release. It came out, like I said, beginning of last month, middle of last month, and is a horror comedy that is based off of a book that was considered a bestseller and also is just an interesting, different take on a game that people play, kind of similar to like Truth or Dare or stuff like that, that goes kind of awry, which is kind of interesting. Now, this film happens to be directed none other by a director who is actually her first English-speaking film that she's done in her career. And that happens to be the director known as Miss Helena Rain! Oh yeah! Helena Rain! Yeah! So Helena Rain, or if I'm saying that wrong, Rajna or something like that, sorry if I'm getting it wrong, but Helena, like I said, this is her first English-speaking film. She actually has done quite a few other films over in Europe and is a really well-known director over there, but this is actually her very first English-speaking film, which, for her first film, I thought she did a really decent job. Now, another film she directed, which I actually haven't seen anything else she directed, I did check out the trailer for this film, and it looked kind of interesting. It looked like I could see why it got a lot of, praise and stuff like that from the trailer, and that happens to be a film called Instinct. Yeah, Instinct. Yeah, this came out in 2019, and from what I saw in the trailer, it looked kind of like a murder mystery type of film with some action, some romance, some drama, with, a mystery twist to it that was very, mystery-oriented and stuff like that, and it just looked like it was kind of, a pretty basic story, but overall it looked pretty decent and pretty interesting. Now, I've heard a lot of good things. I read a lot of reviews about this film. A lot of people loved it. They thought it was a really well-done film, and just really showed how good of a director she is. And from what I saw in the trailer, it looked like she did a pretty decent directing job with the film. Overall, I haven't seen much else about it, but I've heard a lot of good things for it. So if you haven't seen anything else Helena has directed, definitely check out Instinct from 2019. See how good she directed with that film. But when it comes to directing Bodies, like I said, I didn't think she did a horrible job, but I definitely think there was a lot of parts that she could have either trimmed down or spiced better, or could have had just more to it. Because there was a lot of boring parts I felt in this film, and that is one thing that I wish they had avoided with this, being a horror comedy. I'm looking for a lot more comedy, I'm looking for a lot of the horror element, but I'm not looking for a lot of dead space, and I feel that she failed on that aspect with the directing of this film. But other than that, I thought she did a decent job. I thought she directed people very well, and I thought that she had a pretty interesting story that was very entertaining and very enjoyable. If you haven't seen anything Helena has directed, definitely check out Bodies. It's worth a watch, definitely worth a try, and see for yourself what you think. So this movie has a lot of newcomers in this film, and a few people that have been around the block, and this great cast did a pretty decent job. It weren't the greatest, but overall I thought the few of the people were pretty decent. Now, to start us off is none other than kind of the main murder victim himself, Mr. Pete Davidson! Oh yeah, Pete Davidson! Woo, Pete Davidson! So Pete Davidson, we all know, of course, from SNL, and he's done a few other things over the years, and recently was just in a film that was put onto, I think it was Hulu or Paramount Plus, I can't remember which one, but it was a huge film by Judd Apatow. And he's just an interesting comedian, and a lot of people love him, and I think he's pretty fun, and I really enjoy him. Now, another film he was in that I really enjoyed, actually, I thought was one of my favorite roles of his. Even though it wasn't a super huge part, it still was fun from what he brought to it. And that, of course, is the film called The Suicide Squad. Yeah! The Suicide Squad. Yeah! So in the Suicide Squad, he plays one of the criminals that they're taking out to be a part of the Suicide Squad to go on a mission. And his character was actually pretty funny, super hilarious, and just overall just really fun. There's some great moments throughout the film that shows flashbacks of him after the very beginning scene when it shows him, and he has some great kind of little one-liners. And of course, he has a couple other one-liners that are really fun during the film. And I just really enjoyed his character. I thought it was super fun. I thought it showed a different side of his acting, and I thought overall it was a really decent performance and one of the better ones I've seen of his. If you haven't seen Pete Davidson in anything, definitely check him out in the Suicide Squad. He was actually really good in it. But overall, I really enjoyed him in the film. I thought he was super funny. I liked his presence. I liked how his character escalates throughout the film. And I just really enjoyed the comedic elements he took to it, and also kind of the serious kind of horror aspect he took to it too. And I thought he just did a really good job, and I just enjoyed it. If you haven't seen Pete Davidson in anything, definitely check him out in Bodies. He actually did a pretty decent job. So that brings me to the next actress I like to talk about that was in the film. And that is the other kind of main character in the film. She actually is kind of like the second co-lead, and she's just super fun. And that, of course, is the actress known as Miss Maria Bakalova! Oh yeah, Maria Bakalova! Woo! Maria Bakalova! Yeah! Maria Bakalova, she is actually a really decent actress. She is really fun, really enjoyable, and just is really good at what she does, and I think she's just superb and fun. Now, another film she was in that I really enjoyed her in, I think is kind of like her big prominence to fame that really got her noticed, is a great film that's a sequel to a film that Sacha Baron Cohen directed. And that, of course, is a film called Borat, the subsequent film. Yeah! Borat 2, subsequent film. Yeah! So Maria Bakalova plays, Borat's daughter in this film, and she was just absolutely freaking hilarious. I love everything she brought to it. I loved her thick accent. I love how she played the character, and it just overall was just super funny. Really showed how good of a comedic talent she was, and she just really busted out of that role and just did a great job. It was just super enjoyable. If you haven't seen her in anything yet, definitely check her out in Borat's subsequent film. She was really superb in it. But overall, she was pretty decent in this film. I didn't mind her. I thought she did a good job. She had that, once again, that thick kind of accent. She was always eating throughout the film, which was really funny and hilarious. And then her actions and some of the lines she had with different people was kind of funny. And how she acted like she was kind of like, I don't know what's going on here, when she really, you could tell she did. And that was kind of funny too, kind of playing that kind of innocent foreigner type of character. And I thought that was really well done by her too overall. She did a decent job in this film. It was just really enjoyable. One of the better parts about this film. If you haven't seen Maria in anything, definitely check her out in Body. She was actually pretty fun in it. So that brings me to the last actor I like to talk about that was in the film. And that is none other than the amazing actor who I absolutely love, Mr. Lee Pace! Oh yeah, Lee Pace! Woo, Lee Pace! Absolutely love Lee Pace. He's so awesome. Loved him as the Elf King in, the Hobbit films. I loved him in so many other things. He's just a really fantastic actor. He's so awesome, so amazing. Loved him, portraying the same character again, the Miss Marvel that he portrayed in the first Marvel film he was in, and just overall he just is a really fantastic actor. So tall at 6'7", I think he is 6'6" or something like that. He just really is awesome, and just he really towering and just so cool. And I absolutely love everything he does and what he brings to the acting table. But in this film, I thought he was really good. I really enjoyed it. I liked his kind of like backyard kind of like supposed to be like an ex-Marine type of character, ex-soldier type of character that you don't really know his past or what he's capable of, but he's mysterious, but at the same time it's just really kind of like creepy type of deal, and like he knows what to do and stuff like that. I thought Lee did a great job of that. It just was really fantastic. But another great film he was in that I really enjoyed him in, and you get a good taste of Lee's performance, is a great 2014 film that is a part of the Marvel Universe called Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, this movie is so freaking amazing and good. And him as Ronan, he was amazing as this villain. He was so awesome, so powerful, and just really, just kicked butt throughout that film. And I absolutely loved what he brought to Ronan, and his deep voice and everything was just perfect for the characterization. And I really enjoyed Lee performing that character. He did a standout job. If you haven't seen anything, definitely check him out Guardians as Ronan. He was really superb. But overall, I really enjoyed his character, and I thought he did a really fun job, and I thought that he brought a really great, different type of character to the rest of the different people throughout the film, and just gave us this really solid performance. If you haven't seen Lee in anything, definitely check him out in Bodies. He was really worth the watching it. So what is Bodies about? Basically, it's about a group of friends that go to one of the friends' house. They're like rich. And basically, they're spending the night and decide to play a game called Bodies. And basically, it's kind of like a murder mystery game where everyone is innocent. There's all these different people. There's one killer. One of the persons is the victim. And they have to basically find out who the killer is and who killed the person. And as the night goes on, as they're playing, all of a sudden, a real death happens. And then the rest of the film is about them figuring out what's going on and what to do. This is like I said, it was an interesting film. It had a lot of great potential. Like I said, there was so many spots in it that were just so boring. And overall, I was like expecting more. And when it did have some good scenes, it was very entertaining, kept you enticed, and it made me like and want to keep watching the movie. But overall, I would say that this film was just not the best. It's definitely worth a watch, but overall, I would give it a 6 out of 10 Golden Movie Boxes up. There was a lot more potential, like I said, and it just could have been better. The visuals were really well done, and all that kind of stuff. The music in it was really good, but overall, I just thought that the story lacked. It was too long in certain sections, and could have gotten to the point a little faster. And one of the other complaints I had to it was just a lot of people complaining throughout the whole film, and that to me just didn't find to be entertaining as well. But overall, a okay film, a decent film, a 6 out of 10 Golden Movie Boxes up. Definitely go check it out. Definitely worth a watch, and definitely something maybe down the road I might watch again. So that's it for this movie review, guys. As always, thank you for watching, thank you for liking, also thank you for subscribing. And if this is your first time here, or you have been here before, don't forget to check out any older new videos you might not have seen mine yet. As always, people, if you want to show support for the channel and you enjoy my channel, definitely check out my links down below, either from my awesome Patreon page, or if you become a part of my Patreon, you get all these kind of cool extras you don't get on my channel, outtakes, bloopers, all kinds of stuff like that. Suggestions on what you would like to see next and all that kind of cool stuff. So definitely check that out. And always, people, if you love horror films, since this is a horror film I'm reviewing, definitely check out the horror pack where you get great horror films right to your door every month for a great low price. So definitely check that out too. As always, catch you in the next one.